Hi guys, Daz here with episode 3 of my new series, showcasing my books. So far I've showcased my Image and Valiant books. Now I'm going to showcase the rest of the titles in my independent collection. And we are going to start with this one. This is just a promotional book highlighting the years of Forbidden Planet, a store where I pick up a lot of my newer books, use them a lot online. And quite often online they arrive damaged, so why I stick with them I don't know. But it shows you the letters in the book as well that they've had over the years. I think Stan Lee appeared there in the 70s. So it's pretty cool to know the history of the shop that ruins my books every week. Up next, I picked this one up at a car boot. I think it was £1. And this is Uncanny Tales. And this is from Approved Comics, I believe. And this is a really old style book, black and white. I think it goes for about 10 online. It's got a 5p price point, so it's old. This was another one from the car boot that same day, and this is Korak, Son of Tarzan. This is a 6p price point, and this is issue number 12. Couldn't find much about it, but the artwork, look at that cover, it's a stunner. Yeah, the artwork's impressive. On eBay, I've kind of find some of the series, and again, it's £10 plus, so for a quid you can't complain really. This was a cool one, picked this up on eBay. What did I pay? £3.22. This is the Halo graphic novel preview. This is the first appearance of Halo in comics, and I believe they're making a live action TV series of Halo that's going to be coming in the next couple of years. I can imagine the budget is going to be astronomical. That is what the early rumours are. So it could be a cool book to have. Up next, we have a title from Aardvark Vanaheim. And this is the special 41st anniversary issue of The Amazing Cerebus. And of course, it's an Amazing Spider-Man 300 homage cover. That book is slowly heating up. I think it's up to about £8 now. Up next, we've got a few Aftershock titles. Of course, this was recently optioned. Garth Ennis, I haven't actually read it yet. But the reviews I've seen of this is one dark story. Yeah, that's all I need to say about that. People getting gunned down, blood, guts everywhere, young and old. And yeah, so this is going to be optioned. So interesting to see where it goes. This is the more sought after cover, so I'm glad to have that. This is the variant B cover, I believe. The all black cover. Hard to get in high grade, but there's no ticks on my book, so I'm happy with that. Another one from Aftershock that's been optioned. All these indie titles are flying now, they're all going to be hitting the screen. Well, we know not everything that is optioned makes the screen, but you've got a good chance if you're halfway there, haven't you? Pick this one up. This is Lost City Explorers. This too has been optioned. And this is the regular Rafael de la Torre and Marcelo Mayo cover for Lost City Explorers. A bit like an Indiana Jones sort of thing, I think. But with youngsters. Up next, another one that's been optioned from Aftershock. They're doing very well. And this is Normals. I've got a couple of copies of this. This is the Dennis Calero cover. It's going to be a TV show, I believe. Yeah, I think the premise is people are not what they seem. Picked this comic up recently because this is the first comic published by this new company, and that company is Ahoy Comics. And Grant Morrison has some input into this book, and this is the inaugural series launched by Ahoy Comics, The Wrong Earth, and I've read this one, pretty good. bit zany at times. Basically, there are two superheroes of the same character, but they're on alternate Earths and they swap roles. One's brutal and one's not. So I guess it'd be like Ben Affleck swapping with Adam West, that kind of thing. This came as a free book when I purchased something else. But I believe it's a TV show, if I'm not mistaken. And this is Into the Badlands. This is the first appearance of Quinn, as a child. First appearance of Sunny. And this originally came polybagged with various DC comic titles. They ain't polybagged no more. Into Badlands. Don't know nothing about the show if at all it happened. Up next, I've got a title that was hot, and this was this number 2 was hotter than the first issue for some reason, but I managed to grab one. It was a hard book to get in high grade. Every copy I've ever seen has got a couple of ticks. Mine has too, so I guess this is about an 8.5. And this is Call of the Suicide Forest, issue 2, and the cover is by Tony Fedzula. Do like that cover. Apparently that's a real place, isn't it? By all accounts. So don't go there. This was also optioned. And this is from which company? Black Mask, of course it is. Yeah, Black Mask. And this is Black. And I think the premise is all black people have superpowers, I believe. This is cover A, and this is going to be a movie, I believe. Up next, from Bongo Comics. This was a cool little find. This is Futurama, and this is issue 8, and it's got like a CGC parody cover of X-Men 1. And this book in high grade can go for some coin. I reckon mine's probably about a 7, 7.5. So I don't know. Might get a tenner for it on a good day. Boom Studios now. Got a few books from them. First up, a lot of you probably grabbed this one. This is Bone Parish, issue 1. And this is the regular Lee Garbett cover. This was the more sought after cover. Got a couple of copies of this. I think people are like doing drugs using the ashes of people. Wow. Another dark tale. Next up from Boom, we've got a couple of Power Rangers titles. This is Go Go Power Rangers issue 10. The reason I picked this up, this is the first appearance of the Ranger Slayer and Zord. 2 first appearances in that book. I am in no way a Power Rangers fan. I wasn't a fan at all of the film. It had a lot. It didn't know whether it wanted to be serious. I'm on about the latest film, serious or jokey, and it kind of fell badly in between. And why was Bryan Cranston so used as that character? Didn't even see him. He's such a good actor. Wasted. This is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and this is issue 29 of the Shattered Grid storyline, and this is the first appearance of the In-Space Rangers and the first appearance of the Dino Thunder Rangers. And this is the regular Jamal Campbell cover. Now I think it's issue 24 of this series is really heating up due to Shattered Grid. It was going for some coin online. Approaching 20, I believe. And I had to pick it up. Couldn't believe the price point on this. Basically an £8 book, but I only paid £4.5 for it. So this is Shattered Grid. This recently came out, and this is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, issue number 1. And this is the first appearance of the new Megazord, and this is the conclusion of the Shattered Grid storyline. Again, Jamal Campbell is your artist. Up next, we got a couple of titles from Charlton Comics. I'll pick these up if they're cheap and in fairly good nick, and these are. And this is Ghostly Haunts, and this is number 40. Bit of Bronze Age goodness there. Charlton Comics. This is probably about a 6.5, maybe a 7. When looking online, it's a £10 plus book. Let's go with 40. I managed to pick up issue 41. And then finally from Charlton Comics, I've got Midnight Tales, issue 4. Paid 25p for that. Again, it's some bronze goodness. Early 70s, I believe. Midnight Tales. You know, that man Joshua Middleton, he's the one for me. He's my cover artist. And this is his first, what I consider to be his first professional work in Meridian, issue 1. There's a nice segment about him in the back of the book. How they found him and everything. That's from Cross Gen Comics, Meridian 1. Picked this up ages ago. What did I pay for it? £3. But this book goes for crazy money in better grade. I mean, crazy stuff. And this is Bonanza, number 1110 from Dell. Old school, this is. I'll probably get 50 for this if I set this up online. I mean, what grade would I say? It's mid-grade. 5, 5.5. Do you remember watching Bonanza as a little kid? This guy here, he was the dad, wasn't he? I can't remember his name now, but I got a Pittsburgh Steelers video and he does the commentary on it. Always had a good voice. He was in Battlestar Galactica, wasn't he? Pick this one up. This was a cool find. This is Cryptozoic Man from Dynamite Comics. This is obviously the first appearance of Cryptozoic Man, who was Alan Ostman. And this book was talked about on the series The Comic Book Men, you know, by Kevin Smith and everything. And so members from there made this comic book, I believe. This was a 4-issue run. Oh, Penguin's dead. No, he's not. He's back. Yeah, this was a 4-issue run. This is the Walter Flanagan cover. Some crazily good artwork, though. This is a 20 quid plus book, really. So to get it for £1, I was delighted. Got this from a shop called Fathom Fated in town. From Eclipse Comics, picked this up. Don't know whether it was it Tony? It could have been Tony. I think it was Car Boot Tony. I paid £1 for it. This is from Eclipse, and this is number 7 of the original Mr. Miracle. Not Mr. Miracle, sorry, Miracle Man. Again, it's a £10 plus book. Can't go wrong. And Tony struck again here. This is my only book of Vampirella. This is The Vengeance of Vampirella. And this is issue 1 from Harris Comics. This is a red wraparound foil cover. This one goes for some coin too. I've seen this go at 30 and 40. Lovely condition. I've never read a Vampirella book, but I think I'm going to have to. That is a sick cover. Unbelievable. I know there are a lot of Vampirella fans out there. What we got here from Icon Comics. This is Kick-Ass, issue 2. Couldn't find the first number 1, but this is the second appearance of Kick-Ass, a character I loved. Dave Lizivsky. Again, 99p. Sticking with Icon Comics, we've got Empress. And this is another one from Mark Millar that has just been optioned. There's going to be there's going to be a movie made out of this, by all accounts. This is the Stuart Immonen cover. Empress. Mark Millar is doing well. A couple of IDW titles. Sonic the Hedgehog. I actually can't believe I bought it, and I can't believe I even read it. But this is issue 7 of the current Sonic the Hedgehog series. And it's the first appearance of the Neo Metal Sonic. This is the Kieran Gates foil cover. Issue 8. And this is the first appearance of the Silver the Hedgehog, the first character to ever swear when exclaiming, "Oh crap." Wow. First appearance of Whisper the Wolf. And this is the regular Evan Stanley cover. Up next, got a nice addition to my collection, sent to me from across the pond by my good friend Comic Vantage, Creed 1. And this is from Lightning Comics. And this is reprints issues 1 and 2 of the Hall of Heroes series. Got crazy detail in that artwork. Up next, from Oni Press, we've got Rick and Morty. And this is issue 37. And this is the cover B Pickle Rick variant. And this is the first time, I think, that Pickle Rick appears in the Rick and Morty series. X-Men homage cover there, like from 141, was it? Talking of Pickled Rick, this was a hot book and still is to a certain degree. This is Rick and Morty Presents the Vindicators. This is the first appearance of Pickled Rick in comic books. Up next, Red 5 Comics. This title is hot at the moment. I pre-ordered issues 2 and 3. Of course, I'm still waiting. That's how it works. But this is issue 1, which I was delighted to find in my LCS of Riptide. That is one stunning cover. I think the second one's got sharks. The guys on water skis. I was quite a fan of this when it first came out, but it sort of died a slow death on me. But a mega hot title. I've had 3 copies of this issue 1. This is Stubbity Bunny. That's issue 1 from Scout Comics. Issue 2. The second printing of issue 2. Issue 3. The artwork was pretty cool. Issue 4. Issue 5. The last one I picked up was issue 6. Sticking with Scout Comics, one of the covers of the year from that fantastic variant cover of Zinneber, issue 1. Delighted to find 2 of them. Sent one out to my friend Comic Vantage. Just picked up Comic Vantage, a very cool book actually. I'm about to post that in the next couple of days. My favourite independent title in my collection up next, from Slave Labour, Milk and Cheese. Black and white inside is all I know about it. I think it's quite a mature book though. The only copy I ever saw in the UK, and I nabbed it. 20 quid. Delighted with that. Hot book at the moment, continues to rise. And this is from Titan Comics. And this is Elric, the White Wolf. I read this one. It didn't grab me really. But the cover art is what's selling it. And this is the B cover from Julien Tello. Elric first appears in comic books, I believe, in Conan the Barbarian, issue 14, which I have. Up next, from Vault Comics, another property that's been optioned, Heathen. I think it's about a lesbian Viking. This is going to be a movie from Vault Comics. That's quite a hot book, Heathen. Up next, still going, guys. from Warner Brothers. This is a Whitman. This is a Whitman comic. Bugs Bunny, issue 231 from 50 cents. I paid £1.50 for that. Yeah, gotta have a bit of Bugs, haven't you? Up next, I'm going to finish with some Dark Horse titles. I've got this. Somebody got me this. I think it was my brother-in-law, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. I've got issues 1 to 5 of Star Wars: Tales of the Jedi. Issue 1. Issue 2. The artwork, fantastic. Issue 3. Oh, Solo. There he is, issue 4. Jabba Numbada. And issue 5. To finish up. Tales of the Jedi. Yeah, Dark Horse was doing Star Wars for a long time, so Marvel recently got it back. Sticking with Marvel then. DC. Dark Horse Comics even. Week 3. Comics Greatest World. And this is the first appearance of Ghost, who is Elisa Cameron. I know your buddy Gio. He loves the Dark Horse comics, particularly this run. Sticking with Comics Greatest World, and this is Barbed Wire, week 1. First appearance of Barbed Wire, who is Barbara Kopetsky, obviously played by Pamela Anderson in that kind of failed movie. Not sure I've seen it all the way through, but that's a pretty cool book to have, and I only paid £1 for it. I can go for some coin. This is a high grade, very high grade. Last 2 books I'm going to show today, folks. First up, this is Dark Horse Presents. This is issue 36. I'm a big Alien and Predators fan, so I was delighted to find this for £1. This is the first appearance of Alien versus Predator. So not the first appearance of Alien, not the first appearance of Predator, but the first time they meet in battle. That's a painted cover as well. And my final book, like I said, go and see that Predator film. Very good. The new one at the cinema. This was optioned a little while ago, and the casting's since happened. This is about to go to a series. This is definitely happening on the Sci-Fi Channel, and that's going to be Resident Alien. So this is Dark Horse Presents, and this is number 4. Prestige format, and it's the first appearance of the Resident Alien. In one of the stories, these books come with various stories, all pretty zany, but this introduction of the Resident Alien, I really enjoyed the story. I think it's going to, basically it's about an alien who comes to this planet and he just wants to blend in, basically. I think he's lost his family and everything, and he's a doctor. He knows the doctor gets taken ill, so he has to be the doctor and help people out. And this is the Fiona Staples cover. So that's it, guys. That's my independent titles done and dusted. Actually, I've just picked up 2 about an hour ago. 2 more to the collection. My first comics from a certain company, so I'm excited to show them off. Early bronze. So stay tuned tomorrow, because I've got some really good books. I've just come back from seeing my friend Lee, and I get key issues, and boy have I just picked up a key issue to show you tomorrow. Cost a little bit, but I'm excited. Stay tuned. See you tomorrow, guys. There's going to be a contest update as well. Bye-bye.